What's up, everybody? This is Boris. I'm just going to provide some intel on how to set up a real simple nymphing rig. That's kind of what you want to start with when you first start fly fishing. I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm going to hit some creeks, so I'm going to show you how I got mine all set up. I've got a real simple nymphing setup. So I'm starting off with my fly line with basically a perfection loop connecting both your leader and the fly line together. So this is my leader I have. A leader is basically a line that's just a fishing line that starts off in thickness, real big thickness, and as you go further down, it gets thinner and thinner. And that's basically what a leader is. From my leader, I'm connecting a tippet to that using a triple surgeon's knot. So I got my tippet right here, and this is my leader. Can I see up into this area with my thumb? Right about here. I can't really see it. There we go. So this is where the knot is. This is my tippet, and this is right here where my pinky is. That's my leader. And I'm just connecting those two with a triple surgeon's knot. If you don't know how to do that, look it up. There's plenty of videos on YouTube to figure out how to do a triple surgeon's knot. It's going to be kind of difficult for me to show you here on video. So look that up. And then from my tippet that I connected to my leader, I've got about 5 feet, 4.5, maybe 4.5 to 5 feet of tippet connected to that. And I've got my first fly that I've tied on with a clinch knot. You always want to do your bigger fly on top. So I have my bigger fly right here, formerly known as Prince. From there, I'm running down to my smaller nymph here at the bottom. So that's the bottom nymph right here. It's basically a rainbow warrior with some rubber legs on it. Don't know what it's actually called. If you're doing bigger bodies of water, you're going to want to add some split shot, depending on how deep you're going. Because when you're fishing, your flies are presented at an angle. They're not face down. Because of the water current, your flies are kind of hanging out at an angle. So the split shot kind of helps to kind of get them down a little lower to where you want them to be. And so that's basically it. And then so if you do have, again, bigger water, add some split shot. Don't be afraid to add split shot to get them down. If you're hanging up too much, take some weight off. And then if you're doing even more larger water, you can add another split shot above your first fly right here. So that's pretty much the setup here. If you can see from my bottom fly down here, split shot, fly, split shot. They're all about 6 to 18 inches apart from each other. And then from there, I'm going to add an indicator. And based on the depth of the water, you kind of have to eyeball it. What I'm doing tomorrow is I'm going to say about 2 feet of water. I'm going to multiply whatever I see as 2 feet of water. I'm going to multiply that by 2. And when I multiply by that 2, I'm going to get 4, which means I'm going 4 feet from my top fly or my top split shot, depending on what you're using. I'm going to go 4 feet from there all the way up, kind of eyeball it. It's about 4 feet, so probably right around here where my finger is. Okay, and that's where we're going to attach your indicator. Okay, there's a bunch of types of indicators you can use. This is a thingamabobber. You get different size of thingamabobbers. Usually in creeks, the smaller thingamabobber is going to work the best, but just so you can see, this is what I'm using. But when I actually get up there, I'm going to switch this out and do a smaller one. And then to connect your bobber to your line, you basically just feed this loop through this little hole. And once you feed it through, okay, you're just gonna grab it and go under, go all the way around the thingamabobber, and then just pull. And so you should get a nice, clean look on that. So it just hangs perfectly like that. You can always adjust your thingamabobber by pulling it up or down. If you want your nymphs to maybe float a little higher, you can just pull your thingamabobber or your indicator lower. A lot of people like to use yarn indicators, maybe some wax or other things that people like to use. But I usually like thingamabobber. I think it just comes down to preference on what you like to use. But this is what I use. Any bright indicator is usually best so you can see it way out in the water. So that's pretty much it. And then you got your indicator all the way up to, on your leader, and it just goes all the way back up to your fly line. So that's how we got it all set up. So again, we got our fly line connected to our leader with the perfection loop all the way down to our tippet. Okay, got our knot here. Got our knot right there, connecting our leader to our tippet. From our tippet, we're going all the way down, connecting our flies. First fly is usually the bigger fly you want to go with, maybe size 14 or something like that. Use something like that's gonna, it's like really flashy. It's gonna get an attractor basically. It's basically an attractor pattern. And then you go back down. If you're doing larger bodies of water, obviously you're gonna put a split shot above your first fly. From your first fly down to another split shot, about 6 to 18 inches, and then from your split shot, you got your bottom fly. Okay, that's your following fly. So that's pretty much the whole setup. If you guys have any questions on actually how to do this, it's actually pretty simple. All you really gotta do is just connect these flies with a clinch knot. It's real simple and fisherman's knot. If you've been fishing for a while, I'm guaranteeing you know what it is, because it's basically a knot that you always use in fishing. And that's just what you do to connect these flies. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helps. If you guys have any questions on how to set up anything else, just let me know and I'll give you a quick update on how to do that. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and hopefully this setup works for you guys. So good luck. Thanks, guys.